a remarkable run on the tennis court. She came out on top. Please welcome this year's U.S. Open Women's Champion, Aryna Sabalenka.
Everyone, including herself, is amazed at the heights she reached this year.
Definitely feels
still
awesome.
on the high?
I mean, I still try to understand what just happened because
Like many others, she had her inhibitions, but she powered through it.
you have to go there and try your best, fight for a dream, and hopefully one day you'll be able to hold this beautiful trophy.
And you are.
And because she did, she is.
An absolute dominant player right now, going for that year-end #1.
Meet Aryna Sabalenka, a professional tennis player from Belarus. So far in her career, she has won 3 Grand Slam titles, 17 singles titles worldwide, and became world #1 for the first time on September 11th, 2023, for 8 weeks before reclaiming the top spot on October 21st, 2024. In addition to her WTA singles titles, Aryna is also an excellent doubles player, and she has 2 other majors in this specialty: the US Open 2019 and the Australian Open 2021, won both with Elise Mertens. Together with this feat was only achieved by 4 couples in the women's doubles. Needless to say, she's adept at both singles and doubles tournaments. In fact, in August 2021, she rose to 2nd position in the world singles ranking, her best ranking, reached again in January 2023. In doubles, however, she pushed herself up to 1st place in February of the same year after the victory in Melbourne, becoming thus the 2nd tennis player born in Belarus to make it in this specialty. She developed her love for the sport after her father Sergei, a former ice hockey player, made her try to play after passing by a tennis court one day. From there, she basically made her way to the top. At 18, she got the face of a roaring tiger tattooed on her left forearm, as she was born in the year of the tiger, according to Chinese astrology. But there's a deeper meaning to her tattoo. Her sign symbolizes her fighting spirit and her motto: fight, keep fighting on every single point. The tattoo has earned her the nickname the Tiger, which she has used to refer to herself. This year,
the tiger is loose, but you know what? The tiger's also on a leash.
Because
What we're seeing with Sabalenka is that she is making potentially complicated situations simple. And this has been a real theme of the last year, really the last.
Case in point, as of early November, Aryna Sabalenka was slated to end the 2024 season as world #1 for the first time in her career. She's had the best year in her career. On top of her elite ranking, she won 2 major titles, the Australian Open and US Open. Simply put, Sabalenka is definitely making her mark in the tennis world. As her success continued, Sabalenka admitted she would love to dominate the tennis world, like Serena Williams used to, and how Iga Swiatek has in recent years. I always wanted to dominate the tour like Serena did, like Iga was able to do for so long. And she's still close. It's all going to be decided after this tournament. So who knows, Sabalenka said. But it's really inspiring, and of course, I want to dominate the tour like they did. But I'm trying to focus on myself, on improving myself, to make sure that I have all of the tools to dominate the tour as they did. Sabalenka's dominance in 2024 would have continued if she captured her first WTA Finals title. Williams and Swiatek have been seen as players who consistently win the major tournaments year after year, and Sabalenka wants her name included in these conversations. Truth be told, she is really close to achieving her dream. After all, she is confirmed as the year-end world #1 in women's tennis for 2024. After a dominant year on the WTA Tour, where the 26-year-old won 4 singles titles, 2 of them Grand Slams, Sabalenka sealed her spot as the best women's tennis player in the world this year. Having won her opening 2 group matches at the WTA Tour Finals Riyadh, her accolade was confirmed when world #2 Iga Swiatek was defeated by 3rd-ranked Coco Gauff at the same stage of the tournament. Sabalenka won the Australian Open for the 2nd time in her career without dropping a set, before completing the Grand Slam hardcourt double by taking her maiden US Open title, where she prevailed in the Cincinnati Open in August and the Wuhan Open in October. This month, she was set to capture her first WTA Finals title, if only Coco Gauff hadn't been in the way. Because yes, Gaff defeated top-ranked Aryna Sabalenka to set up a showdown with Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen in the final of the WTA Finals. Sabalenka made an error-strewn start to the match as she coughed up error after error on her usually formidable forehand. Yet, she broke to lead the opening set 6-5, only for another forehand miss to let Gaff take it to a tiebreak. As Sabalenka again misfired badly, Gaff just had to hold herself together to move a set ahead. A despondent Sabalenka trudged back to her seat after dumping a backhand into the net to let Gaff break for 2, one in the second. Another break to love gave Gaff 4 games in a row, but Sabalenka pulled one back in a marathon 6th game, squandering 7 break points before finally converting the 8th. The jitters immediately resurfaced though, as Sabalenka was broken to love again. Yet again, she hit back, but when Gaff forced a first match point on the Sabalenka serve, the Belarusian hit the net, and the young American was through. "I'm happy with the way I played," Gaff said in her on-court interview. "I know Aryna is always going to be a tough match, so I just tried to stay in it. She's world #1 for a reason." For Aryna, though, she remains very satisfied with her year, as she has achieved what she did not achieve last year, finishing the year as the world #1. "I believe I have accomplished a lot this season, and there is no room for disappointment," she said. "I just have to be proud of myself." Despite finishing her season on a sour note, with 2 consecutive losses, the 26-year-old is pleased with what she accomplished this year. Sabalenka finished with a record of 54, 12 and 4 singles titles, including the Australian Open and US Open titles. Clinching the 2024 WTA year-end world #1 ranking is not something to scoff at either. Perhaps most importantly, Sabalenka came back from a rare shoulder injury that caused her to miss Wimbledon and the Paris Summer Olympics. Once Sabalenka returned, she played the best tennis of her career. It goes without saying that she's ready for more.
Yeah, just super excited for the next year and just want to push myself in those extra.
She knows what to focus on too.
Just gonna keep working on mentality, keep working on my game, and I'm fresh at the beginning.
"I'll bring my best tennis in Australia again," is what Aryna Sabalenka said after suffering defeat at the WTA Finals. Coming into the event as a hot favorite, the Belarusian star made her way into the semi-finals of the tournament. Playing against Coco Gauff, she didn't have answers to the American's powerful forehand. While things couldn't turn well in her favor, Aryna Sabalenka revealed her plans as to what she would do next in order to get prepared for the next season. Aryna opened up on a much-needed break following a tough 7-6-6-3 loss to Coco Gauff in the semi-finals of the WTA Finals. After a season filled with intense matches, practice sessions, and constant travel, Sabalenka expressed a strong desire to recharge in the comfort of her own home. She revealed her longing for simplicity, saying, "Honestly, I will just stay home. I just want to sleep in my bed. Just want to do whatever I want." This shows how Sabalenka, after a rigorous schedule, looks forward to relaxing and enjoying her personal space. She made it clear that her immediate goal is to chill, relax, and just be able to enjoy.